Have you heard of peak oil?
Yes, I have.
And what's your opinion of peak oil?
Peak oil, I think we're almost there.
Almost.
Yes.
And what do you think of peak oil? What's your opinion?
I've heard the expression. I don't know enough about the definition of it.
Have you heard of peak oil? I'll get
Yes.
closer. Yeah. And what do you think of peak oil?
It's completely going to change our way of life. It's going to change our technology. It's going to change our food supply. It's going to change our transport. It's going to change the way we live. Everything, basically.
Have you heard of peak oil?
Peak oil?
Peak oil.
No, I haven't.
Haven't heard of peak oil.
No.
Have you heard of peak oil? Yes.
Yes.
Have you heard of peak oil?
No. No.
No.
No, I haven't.
Peak oil?
Yes.
No, only Peak Oil, the company?
Yeah.
And what do you think of peak oil?
That it's a pretty urgent problem that we need to be devising some interesting and innovative solutions to.
Oil.
Yes.
And what do you think of peak oil?
Well, I think it's a very little recognised, very severe threat to civilization, because we have entrenched oil in so many of our lifestyles, and the way we live, the way we grow food, not just transport, but plastics creation, and in so many ways we're tied into oil.
I think what we're getting to at the moment is that all the people on the planet, it's almost like people who join Alcoholics Anonymous. They won't join, or they won't admit they've got a problem until they wake up one morning laying in the gutter in their own vomit, and they suddenly think, my God, I've got to do something about this or I'll be dead. And I just think that at the moment that's where we all are here. We realise if we don't do something about it, we're all going to be dead.
Have you changed the way you live due to the climate change?
Yes.
And what have you done?
I have double glazed, insulated, energy efficiency, put on PV, grey water, tank water, and bribed my children.
Cycling more, using buses, looking at buying locally in terms of food miles, the sort of food that I eat, and those sorts of things.
What have you changed within the way you live?
Well, just in my own house, we're trying to do everything that we can. We've got low energy light bulbs. We put PV panels on the roof. We've had solar water heating on our roof for 30 years, and it's saved us an enormous amount over those years.
Gone on a real steep learning curve over the last sort of 6 months, 12 months. Now being a homeowner, have been able to make some changes and do some things myself that I wasn't able to as a tenant.
We live in the country, in the rural areas, so we probably reduce the number of trips to town that we have to do, although that is the minimum anyway. We recycle our rubbish, we harvest our own water, everything in our house. All our, what they call grey water, goes everywhere onto our vegetables, our trees, everything. So we've been living like that for ages.
And more recently, I've actually gotten actively involved and started getting involved with aquaponics and aquaculture and so on as a way of looking at the food solution and so on. So trying to get involved.
I don't know, I just try and not make too much of an impact on the whole ecosystem, really, just live within whatever's there.
We actually chose the more expensive option, which was solar power.
I use less electricity.
Turn things off and...
Yeah, put solar panels on my motorhome.
Yeah, excellent.
Got a worm farm.
Yep.
I catch the bus to work. I only drive to work once a week when I have to, and I try and ride my bike as much as I can.
I ride my bike, I don't own a car. We compost everything, we recycle everything, we buy second-hand clothes. Quite a lot of things, but I still don't feel like I'm doing enough.
And what's your message of hope for today?
Well, I suppose the grandchildren are your hope, and hopefully they'll take it on.
And what is your message of hope for today?
keep changing, keep going forward, buy local. Why'd you buy?
I think that everybody can do a little bit, and if everyone does a little bit, then it makes a difference.
Hopefully the next technology revolution will be reducing the footprint on the planet. I'm not so sure about that though. I'm not sure. We can do something about it, I'm sure about that.
But we can, all the problems we've created in the world, if we really want to, we can fix them.
To me, we have a huge source of sunlight and energy. We should be making use of it.
Read more, learn more, ask questions, because this whole credit crunch and economic crisis and all the rest of it is a brilliant catalyst to get people to refocus, and I think that's happening.
I think you've got to get the message through to the kids, and the kids are going to have to change the 2 generations out of mine anyway.
My message of hope. Have I got one? Keep on being part of the journey. Every person's actions make a difference.
Do it, because the more people that do that, it's not going to take 20 million people to start the process. It takes just you and me and the next guy and all the rest.
Message of hope for today. The message of hope is that there's more people opening their eyes up to the fact that we need to change.
Think about your choices. My message of hope. Maybe if we all act now, we won't die.
More folk festivals and more people that don't come to folk festivals to be invited, and that's what we need as a community, is community building and people feeling positive for the future. We can do this, and we can share things like this tent here. You're sharing your information, and that's the hope for the future. Get out there and communicate.